Could you just tell us a bit about the significance in Miller and Rentokil Initial UK Limited?
Absolutely. So this is a 2024 appeal tribunal claim, and it has got important implications because it deals with long-term sickness absence and redeployment, which again is something we are seeing more of. And in this case, the employee had multiple sclerosis and effectively couldn't do their quite physically demanding job. And so he applied for an alternative position in the company in a more administrative position. The company weren't sure whether he would be equipped to do that because there was a bit of a skills gap. He'd been doing a physical role and he was looking to do the administrative role. And they decided ultimately that he wouldn't be suitably skilled for that role. And ultimately he was dismissed in his substantive position. Now, both the Employment Tribunal and the Appeal Tribunal concluded that the employer had failed to make reasonable adjustments by giving him additional support in moving into the administrative role. So that could have looked like additional training, additional time in a probation period, for example. But ultimately, the key takeaway is that reasonable adjustments are not just a new chair for someone with a bad back. They might actually be about going above and beyond to address some of those substantial disadvantages. And that might include taking a leap of faith on someone and providing additional training to redeploy them in the business if their current role is no longer suitable.
No, that's great. And so, taking that into consideration, would you say that employers need to take, would you say, more of a flexible and open-minded approach when it comes to redeployment?
Absolutely. And I think historically, employers have seen people on a one track, that's their role. They can't do it anymore. It's unfortunate, but that there are processes to follow. Actually, the Rentokil case is about taking a more open-minded approach, to use that word. Another consideration, of course, for employers will be properly documenting and thinking about those processes, not jumping to conclusions. And I think what we'd always like to encourage employers to do is, before they do jump to determinations around termination and more substantive decisions, is to think about what else they could be doing. Even though an employee, as I said earlier, might not request something, what else could they be doing? Because they know the business well, and they understand where someone else might be able to fit in.